Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Jennifer Maia to defeat Caitlin Chookagian. And I'm here to talk about Casey O'Neill versus Ariane Lipski. Casey O'Neill is 26 years old, 9-1 as a pro, and she's got the same height but has 2 inches of reach over 16-8 Ariane Lipski, who is 29 years old. Ariane Lipski, she's the queen of violence, and she does have 9 finishes in her 16 wins, but, maybe not as violent as her name would suggest. 6 TKOs, 3 submissions, one of which being that knee bar over Luana Carolina, which was insane. It was a beautiful knee bar. And she's also got 7 decision victories, last of which coming against J.J. Aldrich in a very pleasantly surprising performance from Ariane Lipski. Her 8 losses include 4 by TKO, 4 by decision. TKOs are on the ground largely, although she was knocked out standing, I guess, by Priscilla Cachoeira, or knocked down anyway, and then finished on the ground. But Montana De La Rosa and Antonina Shevchenko both got her out of there in the middle of round 2, and that showed weakness in Ariane Lipski's game. I mean, there's no shame in getting TKO'd by Montana De La Rosa, really, but Antonina Shevchenko working her on the ground was an eye-opening loss. And, otherwise, she's fought some good fighters and hasn't been finished. Joanne Wood, beat her by decision. She also lost to Molly McCann, who, say what you will about Molly, she's limited as a fighter, but she's a rough fighter. And if she's having her way with you for the better part of 15 minutes, it shows something, not getting put away. But still, I think Ariane Lipski is a good athletic striker on the outside. She can definitely hang with most, if not all, fighters on the feet, even Priscilla Cachoeira. We saw her beat Melissa Gatto. Forgot to mention that. That's her most recent win. A tight decision, but she got the nod. And I thought she kept herself safe in that fight. Melissa Gatto's a really good grappler, but Ariane Lipski was able to win the physicality battle there and was able to win a tight decision. Casey O'Neill, however, she's a stronger girl, and she's thicker. And if Casey O'Neill gets on top of Ariane Lipski, I think she's going to advance pretty quickly and hold her down, suck some of the life out of her, and put her away, frankly. Casey O'Neill has a record of 9-1, 3 TKO victories, 2 submissions, and 4 decisions, and her 1 loss comes to Jennifer Maia by decision. Jennifer Maia was able to outmaneuver her, frankly, and Casey O'Neill got caught playing catch-up, and wasn't the best loss, but still she looked okay in the fight, wasn't, outclassed, and Jennifer Maia is an exceptional fighter. She's a better fighter than Ariane Lipski. Casey O'Neill, still young, 26 years old, and she's already shown a lot of promise. She's gotten a lot of good finishes in the UFC and beat Roxanne Modafferi by split decision, which was a dominant decision. She dominated that fight, but still, some judge gave the fight to Roxy. She got Antonina Shevchenko out of there in round 2, the way Antonina Shevchenko got Lipski out of there. Casey O'Neill also got Lara Fritzen or Procopio out of there with a rear naked choke in round 3, as well as Shanna Dobson via TKO in round 2. She's really heavy on top, has those heavy hips, kind of like a Felicia Spencer thing going on. And she's a problem on the feet as well. Casey O'Neill's a very good striker. She was caught behind by Jennifer Maia, but on the feet against everybody else, she's looked really good. And I think she can match Ariane Lipski, although I think Lipski in a sustained kickboxing bout would get the better of her just because she's comfortable and she's a little sharper on the outside, although she's given up 2 inches of reach. But I think Casey O'Neill on the ground has a much bigger advantage, where if Casey O'Neill does get her to the ground, she's got a great chance of getting a finish, especially if she's able to get her down early in any round. So I'm liking Casey O'Neill here. I think she's very much in the striking match, but in the grappling match, I don't think Lipski's in it at all. I think Casey O'Neill would go through her and get a finish. So Casey O'Neill I've bet on at minus 190. I also threw a sprinkle on the under at plus 165, under 2.5 rounds. But really, I'll look into the props. But Casey O'Neill is the pick, whether it is by decision or by TKO or submission on the ground. I think Casey O'Neill has the fight going her way totally. Once she gets it to the ground, I think she will. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos.